2, 1, and liftoff.
Third on my list for the reasons why they needed to sign Jamie Collins, even if it cost them a little bit. It's about time. Listen, they let guys go last year who were in that 25, 26, 27, 28-year-old range. That's prime. You need to keep your better players. He's clearly one. He was their best defender as soon as he stepped on the field. Overpaying for him is a product of 1 in 15. If you heard him talk, he wasn't going to just sign here because he thought, you know, Hugh Jackson was a good guy and that they might be good someday. You have to overpay when you're a team like this. And number one, I think it's going to be a really good fit for Greg Williams, who wants to be more aggressive, and he's going to hopefully get a lot out of this guy. I wasn't totally impressed with Jamie Collins when he came over last year, but I think the circumstances explain why he had trouble getting his head into it.
I think you did a great job with those, bud. But I'm still going to give my answers. Number 3, he's the 4th highest paid linebacker right now. That's what Mary Kay Cabot has written. I don't think he'll stay that way. I think, and I've seen other people say this, that maybe the linebacker market is about to be reset. So then if he's the 8th or 9th best, then it even looks like a better deal. I think that will happen. Number 2, I think this was created by the trade.
Sure.
In the end, you had to get him here. Even though the money talked, you had to get him here to realize it's not awful. Number 1, it was the right thing to do. Has anyone argued against it?
Nobody's argued against it, but you saw evidence that it wasn't awful?
No, but I mean, like, he got to know people. He got to know Hugh, know some of his teammates, and I think that was important. I don't think only money, if he was still in New England right now, would have gotten this done.